A bracket is a tall punctuation mark typically used in matched pairs within text to set apart or interject other text. Used unqualified. Brackets refer to different types of brackets in different parts of the world and in different contexts. Brackets include round brackets, parentheses, square brackets, curly brackets, angle brackets, and various other pairs of symbols. In addition to referring to the class of all types of brackets, the unqualified word bracket is most commonly used to refer to a specific type of bracket. In modern American usage this is usually the square bracket, and in modern British usage this is usually the parenthesis. History. Chevrons were the earliest type of bracket to appear in written English. Desiderius or Erasmus coined the term lunula to refer to the rounded parentheses, recalling the shape of the crescent moon. Names for various bracket symbols. Some of the following names are regional or contextual: parentheses, brackets, parens, round brackets, soft brackets, first brackets or circle brackets, square brackets, closed brackets, hard brackets, second brackets, crotchets, or brackets. Braces are two connecting marks used in printing and in music to connect staves to be performed at the same time. Flower brackets, French brackets, curly brackets, definite brackets, swirly brackets, curly braces, birdie brackets, Scottish brackets, squirrely brackets, gullwings, seagulls, squiggly brackets, twirly brackets, tuborg brackets, accolades, pointy brackets, third brackets, or fancy brackets, pointy brackets, angle brackets, triangular brackets, diamond brackets, tuples, or chevrons, and LT and GT, inequality signs, pointy brackets, or brackets, sometimes referred to as angle brackets, in such cases as HTML markup, occasionally known as broken brackets of brackets, corner brackets, double square brackets, white square brackets. Typography. The characters and, known as guillemets or angular quote brackets, are actually quotation mark glyphs used in several European languages. Which one of each pair is the opening quote mark and which is the closing quote varies between languages. In English, typographers generally prefer to not set brackets in italics, even when the enclosed text is italic. However, in other languages like German, if brackets enclose text in italics, they are usually set in italics too. Specific uses. Computing the various bracket characters are frequently used in many computer languages as operators or for other syntax markup, for instance in C-like languages, and are often used to delimit a code block, and the parameters of method calls are generally enclosed by, in C, C++, Java and other C-derived languages, as well as in scheme-influenced languages that have adopted C/Java syntax, such as JavaScript. The symbols are referred to as braces or curly braces, and never as brackets, since the term brace is documented in the definitive programming specifications for these languages. It is preferable to use the correct term brace so there is no confusion between the brace and the bracket used to denote arrays. Mathematics. In addition to the use of parentheses to specify the order of operations, both parentheses and brackets are used to denote an interval, also referred to as a half-open range. The notation A at C is used to indicate an interval from A to C that is inclusive of A but exclusive of C. That is, 5, 12 would be the set of all real numbers between 5 and 12, including 5 but not 12. The numbers may come as close as they like to 12, including 11.999 and so forth, but 12.0 is not included. In some European countries, the notation 512 is also used for this. The endpoint adjoining the bracket is known as closed, whereas the endpoint adjoining the parenthesis is known as open. If both types of brackets are the same, the entire interval may be referred to as closed or open as appropriate. Whenever plus infinity and minus infinity is used as an endpoint, it is normally considered open and adjoined to a parenthesis. See interval for a more complete treatment. In quantum mechanics, chevrons are also used as part of Dirac's formalism, bracket notation, to note vectors from the dual spaces of the bra A and the ket B. Mathematicians will also commonly write A, B for the inner product of two vectors. In statistical mechanics, chevrons denote ensemble time average. Chevrons are used in group theory to write group presentations and to denote the subgroup generated by a collection of elements. Note that obtuse-angled chevrons are not always distinguished from a pair of less than and greater than signs in LT and GT, which are sometimes used as a typographic approximation of chevrons. In group theory and ring theory, brackets denote the commutator. In group theory, the commutator is commonly defined as G-1H-1 gram H. In ring theory, the commutator is defined as AB-BA. Furthermore, in ring theory, braces denote the anti-commutator where AB is defined as AB plus BA. The bracket is also used to denote the Lie derivative, or more generally the Lie bracket in any Lie algebra. Various notations, like the vinculum, have a similar effect to brackets in specifying order of operations, or otherwise grouping several characters together for a common purpose. In the Z formal specification language, braces define a set and chevrons define a sequence. Accounting traditionally in accounting, contra amounts are placed in parentheses. A debit balance account in a series of credit balances will have brackets and vice versa. Law brackets are used in some countries in the citation of law reports to identify parallel citations to non-official reporters. For example, Chronicle Pub. Co. v. Superior Court, 54 Cal. 2D 548. In some other countries, square brackets are used to indicate that the year is part of the citation and parentheses are used to indicate the year the judgment was given. For example, National Coal Board v. England AC 403 is in the 1954 volume of the Appeal Cases Reports, although the decision may have been given in 1953 or earlier, whereas 98 Soljo 176 reports a decision from 1954 in volume 98 of the Solicitor's Journal, which may be published in 1955 or later. When quoted material is in any way altered, the alterations are enclosed in brackets within the quotation. For example, plaintiff asserts his cause is just, stating why causes is just. Quote, although in the original quoted sentence the word my was capitalized, it has been modified in the quotation and the change signaled with brackets. Similarly, where the quotation contained a grammatical error, the quoting author signaled that the error was in the original with sports tournament brackets, the diagrammatic representation of the series of games played during a tournament, usually leading to a single winner, also named for the resemblance to brackets of braces. Encoding in digital media, representations of various kinds of brackets in Unicode and HTML are given below. ABCD and AMP-LANG and an AMP-RANG were tied to the deprecated symbols U+2329 and U+232A in HTML4 and MathML2, but are being migrated to U+278 and U+279 for HTML5 and MathML3, as defined in XML entity definitions for characters. U+301 flow double prime quotation mark is preferred over U+301 double prime quotation mark. Braces first became part of a character set with the 8-bit code of the IBM 7030 stretch. The angle brackets are chevrons at U+27E8 and U+27E9 are for mathematical use and Western languages, whereas U+3008 and U+3009 are for East Asian languages. The chevrons at U+2329 and U+232 are deprecated in favor of the U+3008 and U+3009 East Asian angle brackets. Unicode discourages the use for mathematics and in Western texts, because they are canonically equivalent to the CJK code points U+300X and thus likely to render as double-width symbols. The less than and greater than symbols are often used as replacements for chevrons. Bibliography. Leonard, John. But I digress. The exploitation of parentheses in English printed verse. Oxford, Clarendon Press. ISBN 0198112475. Turnbull, A. al. The Graphics of Communication. New York. Holt states that what are depicted as brackets above are called braces and braces are called brackets. This was the terminology in U.S. printing prior to computers.